Let's take a trip into childhood happiness today with my basil pesto. We and our kids, we need to eat this bright, happy green color to replenish our childhood elf-like happiness in ourselves. Let's think of the 3 and the 4 and the 5-year-olds who giggle and they laugh and they love to be silly and play. That's what basil is all about. It's so sweet. It's so yummy. It's such an easy way to bring in the vibes of summer and childhood silliness and all of the yummy things that we remember that we were dreaming about when we were a child and laughing about and giggling about. Go ahead and grow some basil. It's so easy to have in a pot right in your backyard. All it needs is just water and full sun. And we're going to make this amazing pesto that does not have nuts in it. It's just Parmesan cheese, a big huge bunch of basil, 4 or 5 cloves of garlic, a cup or 2 of Parmesan cheese, some olive oil, pound of any kind of pasta, 2 or 3 chicken breasts, and just wash it up, because if it's outside it probably has a little bit of dirt on it. You just need lots of olive oil and some type of blender, and if you add enough olive oil you can just make it right in your smoothie blender and just add the cheese in there, and you're going to add a ton of salt and pepper and give it a little mix, and of course add more olive oil. You can see the big chunks of salt and pepper. Oh yeah, we have to add more oil because it needs to be really creamy, really cheesy, and by the time that you mix it all up, it'll be so bright green. Look at that happiness. Look at that magicness. It's so yummy. And that's over a cup of pesto, basil pesto. And what I do is I cook the noodles up, put them in the sink, let the water drain out, and then add more olive oil because I want the noodles to be nice and oily before I add the pesto to them. And I'm crushing up my garlic, putting it in some ghee, cooking up the chicken, and after the noodles have settled down to a little bit of not so hot, I can add the pesto in because it's got cheese, so you don't want to add it onto hot noodles so that they don't get rubbery. And you'll definitely want to eat this if you are an elf or have an elf in your family. I have one in my family, so I have to make this pesto up. And elves love, when they were kids, dreaming of living in a tree house amongst the deer and the rabbits and the squirrels and the birds. And they loved having their secret hideaway. And if you have an elf in your family, and this is amazing, on the day that I was making my pesto, this little girlfriend showed up in my yard. So that just shows it's all connected. Cheers.